Hey everybody, hope you're having a good day. This is sadly the last Alliance War that I'm going to be recording for Odin's Almighty. We had a bit of rough off season to say the least, and a lot of people were feeling kind of tired, myself included, doing the officer stuff. Anyway, the result is that I think the some members are leaving, including myself, and it's not a good feeling. I was in this alliance over a year, so I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's been in that alliance over the last year. It's just been like the most fun I've ever had in this game, and I really wish everyone the best of luck, like sincerely. And I think I'm on to some pretty fun stuff. I've been interested in map 6 for a while now. I haven't ever been able to do it, and so I'm finding a spot to do map 6. So that should be a good time, to say the least, but I'm going to miss my friends very, very much. Hopefully we all can stay in touch. Yeah, definitely. So without trying to get into any details about that, I will jump into this Alliance War here. It is verse KN0B. I don't know exactly what they're called. I forgot their actual name. The first node I have here is verse a Green Goblin. And I just have to basically take this one pretty easy. He's got suicides on, I think, because it's the off season, and so I will just build charges with this guy's special one, and he will slowly kill himself with recoil, and I will just play it very, very safe. Now this is a pretty good war for me for the most part. I do make one mistake later on, and it's actually amidst a very good fight, so I can we'll at least have that as sort of a consolation prize. But yeah, this node's usually pretty easy, and so now we're moving on to node 16, and node 16 is power reserve, enhanced special 1, and the more I fought on this node, the more I hate it. I don't think the common defenders that you see below are going to be the big ones here. This node can be very tricky if you get caught by a bad, like a very tough 5-star 455 defender. I think I came across an Infinity War Iron Man that really shook me on this one. So it's just a matter of ambushing, and a 4-star is not going to do it. So I get this Agent Venom here. At some point, I accidentally parry him. I think, yeah, right there, and it stuck. So I just decided to go in for it. I said, hey, if he's going to stick with the parry there, I'll just I'll just attack you. I do get that lucky evade there, and I'm able to punish the special one, but I get tagged there trying to throw a heavy, and that was actually a mistake. I got a new phone, no, it wasn't. I did get a new phone, but this was recorded on my old phone. Problem was I took it out of the case, and when I take the phone out of the case, I get the fat finger heavies. So I don't have super fat fingers, but every once in a while they edge onto the screen there, and I accidentally throw a heavy attack. So the case is pretty important for me, I realized. But I was taking the case off because of the heating issue. So all of these fights are done in many clips because I had to let the phone cool down in between fights, which is crazy. So I have magic on masochism. I'm not worried about that. I've got Archangel. Archangel is savage for killing magic. He was the original answer to magic back in the day, back before Blade was a thing. So yeah, maybe he wasn't the original answer. I'm sure possibly Black Widow before she was nerfed was probably an answer as well. But anyway, this is a decent answer. So I'm just sitting here with 4 neurotoxins, and it's pretty much game over at this point. They do wear off eventually, so I have to put more on. So what I'm doing here is I'm just parrying, trying to get some poisons on her, and I bait the special 2, go back in, wait for my stun to go on there, and then I'm able to throw a heavy, and it's pretty much over. Just gotta wait her out. So she dies. Pretty nice there, and now I'm on to my mini boss. And these guys who we're facing, I don't know why they placed a Deadpool X-Force on this node. I don't think he's good on any node. I mean, you'd have to come up with a pretty absurd node combination to make this guy hard, and then if you had that node combination available to you, you would probably throw somebody else on the node. So this is the 6-star, so yeah, there's a lot of hit points here. That's the main thing, and I think they're probably just thinking, okay, since this is such a long fight, because of the big hit points and it being a 6-star, maybe somebody will mess up at some point. But I'm just here like, look, even if I mess up, I'm gonna bring a bleed immune power control champion. If they get to a special 3, this is the all or nothing node. I'll be able to power drain. I will just use my special 1 or my special 2, whichever one I need, and that's all gonna be good. So I get in here with Vision. There is Plagued Mind you have to worry about. I think that's what they're thinking. They're thinking over the course of a long fight, they're bound to mess up with the Plagued Mind, and I won't be able to power drain. But with Vision, I could always just take it easy and synthesis, and then get up there. Because now my synthesis is like basically to the level where basically a 5-hit combo gets me over to that first bar of power, so I can go from 0 to 1 bar of power pretty quickly now. So anyway, just doing this, getting this done here. I push him to 3 bars of power quite a few times in this video, paying close attention to the timer there. So it's just about to hit. There we go. I lose all my power, but he's back down to 0. So we're basically just playing this game of him go to 3 bars, me go to 0 bars, and in the meantime, me trying to make sure I get off at least one big L2 between the Plague Mind bursts, so to speak. So I go there, I get my Plague Mind going. He gets power right there. I train him one more time just in case. I know he's got strike back, so that didn't really do anything, but I don't know, I got scared, so I threw it. So it's not a big deal. You can see here, I'll push him to 3 bars of power, and strike back doesn't have an effect when he's at 3 bars of power, so the special 1 is a good option when you have the enemy at 3 bars of power. So I don't know why, but I really prefer Vision's special 1 to special 2. I know the special 2 does a lot more damage, but I like the animation and the flow of using the special 1, of spamming more often. So I don't know why, but anyway, I'm basically done here. So I'm on to the next node. This is a Morning Star, so at some point I'll have to update this data here, but we're moving on to a Morning Star. Someone was up against it, but it didn't end well for them. This is because it's a high Mystic Dispersion champion. So I decided to take in Stark Spider-Man. He is my go-to. I have points maxed. I have Coagulate and Suture maxed out right now. So bleeds and willpower. So bleeds are not doing tons of damage to me these days, and I'm able to fight these Morning Stars relatively easy. I mean, it still does quite a bit of damage, the bleed, but not nearly as much as it would. So right now I'm losing about 100 every tick there, and I think I would be losing a lot more. So I'm getting some poise charges, building up some power. I'm pushing her to her special 2 because I don't mind evading it anymore, especially with Stark Spidey, but you never know, you do get clocked by it sometimes. But I prefer sometimes to evade it than to get backed up into the corner against her special 1, because her special 1 is like multiple parts, and it's really kind of creepy, and she kind of stays where she's at with her special 2 at least. So now I just need some power. So I throw a special 1 there, and she actually doesn't die. That creeped me out big time, so I had to power drain her, which I was really lucky I still had that up. And I just needed to build up to one more special 1. I was like pretty sure that there's no way she was going to survive another special 1, but I was a little worried. And then she ended up dying anyway. So moving on to the brute force poison node. This was a we'll see. It's an Iceman, but I can't remember if it was 455 or 565. It did a ton of damage to me. Let me tell you, a ton of damage. I've seen Iron Man on this node before, and I've seen Gladiator Hulk, so eventually we'll have to get that updated as well for the common defenders. That's the only thing oh, that happened, but I didn't lose an attack bonus there. That was a weird little thing that happened. I'm not sure why. So we'll go back in, and we'll start the fight for real. I hate that bug. It scares the crap out of me. Even he goes hidden again, too, even though now I know it's an Iceman. So I don't know. I think that's like a trick people use or used to use for figuring out who the defender is. But watch this cold snap right here. Now, if I had willpower, if I had brought somebody else that was like a poison immune, this would have done a lot less damage because willpower doesn't work on robots. But being a robot, I end up taking the full brunt of it and starting with basically 30% health. Now, I basically have to play perfectly from here on out, which is not impossible. I start to get a little cocky with the intercepts there. at some point you'll see, maybe it wasn't even cocky. It was more just me like, oh, I'm going to go for an intercept now because I want to look cool. Big mistake. So you'll see this is my mistake here. So I'm having a decent fight for the most part. Let's see. I'm trying to remember so I'm keeping his power drained. Oh, there's my intercept. I think I get the 1 and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going in for it. Nope. Iceman punishes me. Okay. So, I have to take vision back in. I heal him up, and it's, it is what it is. It was my mistake trying to get an intercept in when it was absolutely not necessary. But this was one of those wars where we were like, guys, let's, try and win, but let's not go overboard. But the result, we were very behind at this point in the war. And so I think, what did I do here? I did 3. Yeah, I think I didn't do any more. Let's see. Yeah, I said, okay, that should be enough. Taking into account that I previously went down to 30%, so I'm gonna be like at 10% after this. Is gonna be pretty crazy. That was kind of a ballsy move there. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just healed up a little bit more because I'm taking more block damage this time for some reason. So I get that first special 1 off. I decide to parry. And now I'm down to, I guess I didn't go down all the way to 10%. Down to like 19% and just trying to parry him right now and keep him against the wall but not get those intercepts in because I can afford the block damage a little bit. Oh, wait, no, I can't. So I don't know what was going on there. The block damage was insane. So now I just need to get one little backdraft and he baits. He falls for the backdraft intercept. Thank God. Yeah, so the last fight I'm going to do, this is the last fight I'm going to do for Odin's Almighty. Oh my God, so sad. Is actually the boss. So it's not a full boss fight. We had somebody go in and do most of the damage here. I'm just here to pick up, I think, the last attack bonus. So it's a domino. I decide to, let's see what I decide. Do I heal up Spider-Man? I think I throw in 2 level 3s. Yeah, that's right, 2 level 3s. And I decide to go in. And do I boost? Let me see. I cannot remember. I think, no, I don't boost. I say, screw it, we're going in. She's only got a few thousand health left. But man, she's pretty intense. So check out this. So I'm trying to build up some poise charges, but she's a little jerky. She's having some jerky movements. And I'm taking some damage from this critical failure. I'm not even sure what is failing there. Oh, I think it's the poise charge failing to proc. It's pretty bad. Like for her, the amount. Every time she hits me, because I have a chance to evade, it's failing. So that's pretty bad too. That's why Stark Spidey's not the greatest option for her. So anyway, I just need to get to a special 2, and it should be mostly over. Even without poise charges, it's going to do a lot of damage. I get the shocks on. Look like I get 2 shocks. That's pretty good, considering the ability accuracy reduction. And I need to get like maybe an intercept or something here. Oh, but she baits it. She throws her special 1. That's pretty nice. I'm able to bait a heavy there, and I have to do some intercepting here, but it's pretty awkward. I think that's kind of sloppy move right there, but I'm able to get out with just 2% health. It looks like I timed the potions perfectly, luckily. And that's the war. So we lost the war. Unfortunately, it's yeah, it is the end of the road for me with this alliance. Definitely not with my friends. I'm gonna stay in contact with them, and maybe we'll play again together one day. It's just at the very core, at least for me, I really want to try map 6, and I wasn't able to convince enough people. Or this was all very long time ago that I tried to get people to do map 6, and a lot of people were just like, look, it's not worth the time, and I totally agreed. And we were sort of advertising ourselves as an alliance that was kind of more laid back. We were going to do map 5 and still hit the top 200 in Alliance Quest, and do decent in war. We're going to try for good rewards, but not the best. And I was very, very happy with that. But at the same time, something in the back of my head was like, I'd like to do more than that. And then on top of all that, what happened was basically the officer duties just got to me, and I broke down. Not like emotionally, just exhausted. I just lost all motivation to do officer duties. So I decided, guys, look, I'm gonna step down and I'm gonna probably go find somewhere where I can just be a member, but also get to the higher competitive level where I want to be. So that's basically it. I don't want to get into any more details on that. I'm gonna reset all the stats and everything. We'll see where I end up, and we'll take it from there. Hopefully season 3 starts soon, but I don't want it to start before all these issues are fixed. This has been absolutely the worst month of MCOC ever. I think this is worse than 12.0. I think that also is kind of adding to everyone's fatigue. I'm hearing a lot of, not just in our alliance, but other places where people are just getting sick of the game. They're quitting. It's really demoralizing. So really hope that Kabam just fixes it. I don't know why it's so impossible to just roll back the version. Like, can we just go back to 18.0, whatever we were on before 19.0? Just go back to that and start over from scratch with your 19.0 build. There's probably a good reason why they can't do that, but I don't know it. So that's it, guys. That's it from me. If I do sound a little under the weather or maybe tired, I think you guys understand why. But I'll definitely be back and running very, very soon. So, yep, I'll see you soon. Take care.